Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the best brawlers for every single class inside of Brawl Stars. So I believe this update there were a few changes, or I did a tribe video and I didn't realize, for example, Penny had gone from artillery to I think controller or something like that. But yeah, we're going to be going through all the classes. So first off, we're all starting off with artillery. So the best brawler for artillery, it is a close call. I really couldn't split the two. So it's actually going to be a tie between Larry and Laurie and Barley. And technically that's 3 brawlers, but you get what I mean. Literally all of them, well, both brawlers are really, really strong. Barley's going to be better in like Brawl Ball, Hot Zone, and then Larry, of course, going to be better in Knockout and Bounty. But both throwers going to be super versatile. You can use Barley in Knockout as well. A lot of people like to use him with his gadget and everything else. And I was not expecting to win that fast. Literally the first game, it took forever. I was cycling super after super, but you can see just how strong Brawler is. Ever since he got his hypercharge, he's been elevated to a new level, and I just think he's one of the best throwers easily. Again, you can play him in Bounty and Knockout even, and same with Larry and Laurie. Both throwers are too versatile, and it's a very thrower-heavy meta, so it's a good time to be an artillery brawler, especially the top 2. So that's going to be artillery. Let's hop into the next one. So now jumping into the tank class, and the best brawler for the tank has to be Daryl by far. So Daryl, I don't even know if I would consider him as a tank, to be honest. Oh, of course they swap lane. Because mainly I use him for his assassin capabilities, especially since the rework. Use Daryl to roll on top of people and take them down quickly. No other tanks are really like that in that category, so I think he's more of a tank assassin. I mean, is it really class for him? I guess kind of tank maybe fits his role because he is, of course, quite tanky. Still, I'd have actually rather preferred him in Assassin. Anyway, if he was actually to take a look at the best tanks in the game, I would have actually gone for someone like Buster. Buster's just literally the perfect tank. He's got a lot of HP. He uses super to just push himself brute force up the map. Yeah, I use Buster for that reason. I don't really use Buster for killing, right? But use Daryl for killing whatever else, right? We need to wait for our Gale to come up here. At least I got my super. I don't really want to waste it just yet. Now we'll go in on the Byron. We'll use our gadget to cycle through super. I was going to say before we die, but we actually managed to stay alive. This is a sweaty game, so time to lock in. Unfortunately, Byron was using my laser. I didn't even realize. Okay, chest is weak. We can go in for that kill. So weak. I'm actually going to use my gadget here. Nice. I don't even know how I got the kill. And in terms of other tanks as well, we also have Frank. Frank is dropping a fair bit down the meta. I've not seen him too much in ranked at the moment. And then, of course, Meg. Somehow, Meg is... Oh, what just happened there? I mean, I'll just take the abuse at that stage. If I'm getting abused by 3 players, then my teammates are going to get the hot zone. But as I was saying, yeah, I don't think Meg is a tank, right? Meg is definitely should be a damage dealer. Don't know how she got the tank role whatsoever when she just shreds everything. And then lastly, BBs. So yeah, I think by far the best tank has to be Daryl. But if you're using a tank for their tankiness, it has to be Frank or Buster. So Daryl is going to be the next brawler. Let's jump into another class. So now we're moving into the support class. And in my eyes, I think this is such an easy choice. Byron has to be the best support brawler. The fact that, of course, Byron mechanically, he can heal people from across the map. You can heal people with your super. He's so versatile for that reason. And of course, since the damage buff, well, damage / healing buff, what was it, like 6 months ago now, it's just put him as one of the best brawlers in the game. So he's always been in and around the S tier, A tier minimum. I think he's absolutely insane in this meta, and he still is the best support brawler. So before it used to be Kit, but I think like a lot of the Kit synergies aren't as strong as before. But Kit definitely is number 2 in my eyes. I think I thought Poco's hypercharge before it actually got announced. I thought it might have actually done him a lot of good, but I don't see really Poco at all in the meta. So it's unfortunate. Poco's not really been that good of a support brawler for a while now. But yeah, Byron, just look at this. Like, you can be a support brawler, you can be an assassin, you can be a marksman, you can be everything with Byron. He's just so good mechanically. He will forever be a good brawler. Other good support brawlers as well. Max, again, Max starting to drop off a bit. In competitive, Max will always be good, but I don't know, it's just normally just better options than Max right now. But yeah, Byron, easily one of the best brawlers in the game, and definitely the best support. You've also got Gus and Berry as well. Gus and Berry are pretty good. I think it's actually a very support heavy meta when you take a look at it. Gus and Berry, I would say, are A tier. Max is A tier. Kit is A tier. Byron is A/S. So a lot of good support brawlers to pick from. But if you needed one to rank up, it definitely has to be Byron. You can play him everywhere, so he's going to be the best support. Let's jump into another. Guys, jumping into the class of assassins, and I think by far the best assassin in this meta has to be Mortis. So, although I'm probably the world's worst Mortis can definitely cook in this meta. So, yeah, Mortis with a hypercharge is just absolutely insane. Let's see if we can get this RT down. He's using the other gadget, so at least in the first interaction, I should have probably killed him, but I'm trash. But yeah, Mortis is just dumb crazy. So I definitely don't think he's like S tier. I've seen a few people say that he's an S tier brawler. He's definitely not, even though I was first on the bandwagon of saying that Mortis is OP. Yeah, he definitely is an S tier, because without his hypercharge, he is terrible. So it takes sometimes a while to get his hypercharge, but once he does get it, he does get some good team wipes and everything else. So there is that about him. Okay, let's try and get some supercharge from the Angelo. We can. Oh, that is a disgusting bat chain, and we get the double kill there, which is beautiful. Now we've got our hypercharge, and now we should just be able to cook them easily. So Piper is going to use the hypercharge there. Let's use our bats on the RT as well. I think we should be able to get this kill on the RT. There we go. I think with some good jukes, we should be able to get onto this Piper, and there we go. That was a masterclass. You wouldn't believe in the first round, I don't even think I got a hit on to any of them until like a minute into the game. So yeah, Mortis definitely the best assassin in this meta. And then you've got Melody, who's pretty underrated, definitely a little bit harsh. And Lily can be good, Cordelius can be okay. I just don't think there's many good actual assassins except for Mortis and Daryl. So those are the best. Let's jump into the next one. Now we're jumping into the damage dealer class, and I think this should be zero surprise here. It is Mo. So Mo as a damage dealer is absolutely bonkers. He is so strong in the meta, and he's a bit of like a damage dealer slash assassin. Of course, his super is so good at confirming kills, but his main attack does so much damage. Sometimes it can deal 1,200, which of course is terrible, but then a lot of the times, just by pure random luck, it can deal like 5k damage. Even up close, sometimes it can deal that insane damage. It's just crazy to me how strong of a brawler Mo is. So we've already got our super here. We can just heal up, and once we heal up, we'll just charge onto any of these brawlers and get a free kill every single time. So I was going to go for Brock there, but we are grouping up. I mean, Mo is good, but I don't know if I can take down two of them at the same time. I mean, Amber's just going to go in, so I may as well go in as well. That's going to be Eve dead. I'm going to go down, but it doesn't even matter. We can just confirm that so easily. So I also had a look at the damage dealer class, and I did not realize just how strong the damage dealers are in this meta. I think it is a damage dealer meta when we think about it. So let's go through them pretty quick. I mean, Mandy's just destroying them. I'm not even having to do too much. Our teammates are just goated, apparently. We are going to continue with the aggression. Oh no, Mandy's dead. We've got to be careful now. Alright, let's just heal up. No nonsense here. Let's heal up 1 second. I mean, it is a Brock. Brock is absolutely free when it comes down to this meta. But yeah, let's take a look at damage dealers. We have Chester, who also is an S tier brawler. We have Clancy, also who's on the brink of S tier. I would say A/S. We have Surge, who also is on the brink of S tier. We have Rico, who's A tier. Colette, who's probably A tier. Tara, who's A tier. And then, yeah, that's like 7 or 8 damage dealers that are insane in this meta. So yeah, of course Mo is the best one, but you can easily go Chester, Clancy, Surge, Rico. There's so many good damage dealers. Let's jump into the next class. Let's jump into the next class, which is going to be the Marksman class. And the best brawler for the Marksman class has to be Piper, in my opinion. So I've moved over from ranks because it is a clown fest today for whatever reason. So hopefully we get a little bit more luck. But I will say this is a very good map for Marksman. It's like Piper. You can literally play 3 marksmans on this map and you will be good to go. For whatever reason, my Tara is playing mid. Like, what are my eyes seeing right now? But yeah, marksmans, it used to be a really sniper-heavy meta about 6 months ago when Angela was released, when Piper got the damage buff, when Belle got the hypercharge as well. So I definitely think, you know, marksman's still good, but they're not as strong as they used to be. That is just one thing to note. But yeah, a good Piper can absolutely carry. Also, you've got Angelo. There's a lot of good maps for Angelo, like Bridge to Far, Kaboom Canyon. Any knockout and bounty map, you're going to get good value out of him. So yeah, Angelo is just behind. I was actually going to put Angelo ahead, but I just thought Piper, when you start tapping, you just can absolutely take over the game. So for that reason, Piper will always be one of my favorite brawlers. See if we can get the pinch here on the Carl. we're just going to push up to get some pressure, although might force them to pinch me out. Okay, gonna knock him back, get the kill. Beautiful. Get the taps onto Carl as well. Leon is in Viz and on the Piper. We have a hypercharge of our own, which we need to use to good effect. I'm just going to use it here to pinch out the Carl. Use another knock back. Oh, bro, everyone is using the fire gadget at the minute. It's so annoying. That's alright. We just need a few more gems to close off this game. We just need to cook a few shots. Okay, we are getting cooked ourselves here. Fortunately, the Leon is carrying. 9 gems. Look at him go. He is absolutely frying these guys. Am I going to get killed? Going to get back on the map again. There we go. Leon, get rid of the 10th gem. Go, 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 go. We've been getting cooked the last minute. That's alright. That's alright. I'm trying to think of other brawlers. We've got Mandy as well, who's a really good marksman, especially in Bounty and Knockout. We have Belle, who's definitely dropped off a bit. So yeah, there's only like really a couple of really good marksmen in this meta. But yeah, I mean, they can't always be meta, right? You think of the meta 6 months ago or so, that was really toxic when Angela and Piper were just absolutely everywhere. We don't want that again. So that's going to be the best marksman. Let's jump into the final class. All right, guys, so jumping into the final class, we have the controller class. There's a few good brawlers, but I think by far the best one has to be Gale. So when I took a look at most of them, I think most of them are like A, B tier controllers, but of course, Gale is one of the best brawlers in the game, and he has been for a couple of updates now. If you guys are wondering why, well, because he deals a lot of damage with his main attack. He's got 2 really good star powers. He's got a really good hyper charge. It does take a while to get through to it sometimes, though. But it's very, very good. You can literally get team wipes with it. And then, of course, the super damage is just way too much. I don't know why they buffed his super damage. I know that he was kind of like a mid-brawler before hypercharging the bug, right? But I still think you've got to be really careful. When Gale is meta, it's bad because he can control everything. He should only be able to control tanks, but tanks just can't even do anything about Gale. He charges through super so incredibly fast, and he has a gadget that counters him hard. Everything about it just counters it way too hard. I don't know why the buzz would really go on me here. I could just sit pretty behind my gadget, and thankfully, the best assassin in the game is able to carry us, but we're close to our hypercharge pretty soon. We should just be able to delete these guys. Pop in hypercharge. Here we go. We could just cycle. Look at this. Like, hello? What is this brawler right now? What is this brawler? Far too strong. Far too good for the game. Again, we could pop another gadget, and this guy must hate us. We have just sat on our gadget the whole game, and they can't do anything about it. Please, please, please. Nice. How am I even alive? I don't even know. In terms of other controllers, you got Gene. I won't even say that Gene's a great controller when you think about it. I think he's more of a support brawler because he does literally no damage. Nice. I mean, we've got to be careful here because these guys could definitely mount a comeback. Okay, please don't kill us. Nice. I'm just going to spam my buttons and just kill him. But yeah, I don't know. Any other controllers that are good? I mean, Sandy used to be good. Like, really good. But kind of mid right now. Amber's just kind of there right now. And then I think there's one more when I get around to it. Oh, I was supposed to use my hypercharge there. There's also Jessie. You know, Jessie's okay. I think the controllers definitely have fallen off. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. In terms of the best class right now, let's quickly go into it. The best class, I would say, when you take a look at it, I mean, tanks, I mean, I always speak about tanks, but most of them are kind of meh. Assassins, is only one good assassin. It's just the problem is when it's like an assassin that's meta, it just completely change everything. Then supports, you know, there's a couple of good supports. I just think it's a very damage dealer heavy meta. There's so many good damage dealers right now. A couple of good marksmen, a couple of good artilleries. So there's a lot to choose from. I actually think if you were to upgrade a few of these brawlers in each classes, you would be good to go in terms of ranked because you do need a bit of everything, right? So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.